Welcome to Star Wars News with the Star Wars Daddy. I am your host, your newscaster, and your anchorman, the Star Wars Daddy. In today's newscast, we'll be reacting to the new Tron trailer, Revenge of the Sith back in theaters and their anticipated popcorn buckets, Disneyland dealing with poop, an idiot eBay seller accidentally sells a double telescoping Darth Vader as a normal Darth Vader, CAS is failing their 90-day turnaround time frame, a Facebook Star Wars group snafu, and the usual Star Wars Daddy YouTube updates. If you enjoy this content and want to see more important Star Wars content events from me in the future, please consider watching until the end, hitting like, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification to be notified of all the upcoming content that I'll discuss at the end of this newscast. And please leave me a comment and let me know what outrageous news story was your favorite from today's episode. Tron is back more than 40 years after the original sci-fi movie hit theaters. Disney has released the first trailer for Tron, Ares, the third film in the Tron franchise after the 1982 original and the 2010 sequel Tron Legacy. Jared Leto leads the film, which includes original star Jeff Bridges back as Kevin Flynn. Leto plays Ares, one of the programs from the digital universe who is tasked to enter the real world. The trailer gives us a first look at the clash of our reality with the video game world of Tron. Opening with a high-speed chase between the police and some rogue programs, cop cars are no match for a light cycle, and one is sliced clean in half once the bike's iconic light wall is activated. Although Kevin Flynn is never seen, his voice can be heard at the end of the trailer. As Leto's Ares is rendered into existence, Flynn tells him, "Ready? Because there's no going back." Let's watch the trailer now.
Cyclist exceeding speeds of 120 miles per hour. Last seen heading northbound.
Unit 12, acknowledging dispatch. Already in pursuit.
I'm looking for something. Something I do not understand. Ready? Because there's no going back.
I don't remember much from the original Tron, which I believe I've only seen a couple of times. But without knowing much of anything about Tron, this movie looks like an incredible sci-fi thriller. Filled with action and excitement. I am really looking forward to this movie. Hopefully this release doesn't have me head down another rabbit hole of collecting vintage Tron toys, as I don't have any room for another toy line over here. Oh no, I could be in trouble either way. Tickets go on sale April 14th for the rescreening of Revenge of the Sith's 20th anniversary back in theaters, and there is quite a buzz about the promotional items that will be in theaters. Arguably the most popular film in the Star Wars prequel trilogy, Revenge of the Sith, told how young Anakin Skywalker ultimately succumbed to the dark side and became Darth Vader. Revenge of the Sith's narrative is undeniably darker than the other two Star Wars films that came before it, lending the movie a certain gravitas, which has helped it stand the test of time. Its meme potential hasn't hurt either. Three major movie theater chains are cashing in on the Episode 3 hype as Star Wars Revenge of the Sith will soon return to cinemas for its 20th anniversary. Available for purchase exclusively at AMC locations is an electronic Darth Vader collectible popcorn bucket. The snack vessel is molded in the shape of a Dark Lord's iconic helmet, and if that wasn't enough, the bucket also emits the sound of Vader's ominous, mechanically assisted breathing at the press of a button. Continuing on with Cinemark Star Wars related wares, the chain has not one but two exclusive pieces of merch to offer fans. Cinemark pulled out all of the stops for Episode 3's re-release, starting with its R2-D2 popcorn maker. The feisty little droid famously appeared in all 9 Skywalker Saga movies and has gone on to occasionally crop in Disney's Plus Mandalorian affiliated TV series, along with the fastidious golden counterpart C-3PO. The popcorn maker is battery powered, and R2's dome can even be removed and used as a bowl. It's priced at only $99.95 and is only available online at Cinemark Shop. Then Cinemark has a little something for parched theater goers as well, with the Darth Vader beverage cup. Admittedly, the Emperor's fist doesn't look quite as intimidating with a straw sticking out of its head, but it does come in handy for sipping soda. The cup costs $29.95 and can also only be found through Cinemark Shop. Speculation over Darth Vader's live-action comeback persists. And last up is Regal Cinemas, which plans to put out yet more Revenge of the Sith re-release tie-in collectibles. Regal has an exclusive Episode 3 themed popcorn tin, complete with Vader's frightening visage set against a backdrop of stars and Mustafar lava, which viewers will remember from Anakin and Obi-Wan's fateful lightsaber duel from the end of the film, which my son says is the most iconic scene in all of Star Wars. A Darth Vader helmet drink cup, likely the same one available from Cinemark, can also be bought. Unfortunately, pricing and availability information for these items is not yet known. Star Wars Revenge of the Sith will be re-released in theaters for its 20th anniversary for 1 week only. The fun begins on Friday, April 25th. The only thing I need to figure out is how to get tickets to all 3 theaters in order to collect every one of these items. Staying on the theme of Disney, in an unusual series of events, a third pooping incident has occurred today at the line at Guardian of the Galaxy Mission Breakout at Disney California Adventure. According to a report from a Disneyland cast member, the latest incident has led to a temporary closure of a section of the ride's queue where the smell was reported to be noticeable to guests. The incident, which marks the third of its kind in one day and its 9th time this month, has raised eyebrows among park visitors and cast members alike. The unnamed cast member, who works at California Adventure, relayed the information through an internal cast communication platform, sharing that a portion of the line had to be closed off for cleaning. While Disneyland and California Adventure are no strangers to quirky moments or unusual occurrences, the frequency of these incidences has taken many by surprise. As of now, it's unclear whether the incidences are isolated, if this is a result of a serial pooper, or if there are specific trends causing the disruptions. The Guardians of the Galaxy attraction is a fan favorite ride based on a popular Marvel franchise, and it typically has long queues, especially during peak visiting hours. It's no surprise that such incidents could cause disruptions and delays, as the queue area for Mission Breakout can be tight, and any closures or interruptions may affect the experience for park goers. In response to the third incident today, Disneyland has yet to release an official statement. Disneyland's stringent health and safety protocols have been well established in the post-pandemic era, but incidents like these remind both cast members and guests that unexpected challenges can still arise. The news of the multiple incidents has sparked some buzz among park visitors. While many are laughing it off, Others have expressed concern over the impact these disruptions have on their experience. Could it be that in Disney's determination to provide incredible tasting food options like their famous churros, the Mickey bayonets, the Matterhorn macaroon, the Jack Jack cookie num num, the funnel cake fries, and like the Schmoozies milkshakes, that Disney has created this issue themselves? Let's pump you full of calories, sugar, and fat, and then place everyone into long, tight lines where you stand for hours, all while your digestive system is fighting gravity. Oh, and then make it impossible to find an exit deep into those lines. And then fight the psychological dilemma of leaving the line after waiting hours, knowing that no one is going to let you back in your place, all because you ate too many plates of Vintian mineral mousse. I can remember in the summer when I was younger, playing outside, and I would get a similar urge to use the restroom. I knew that going inside would ruin all of my fun. So I would take the garden hose and put it down my pants, turn it on full blast, and relieve myself. The sun would quickly dry me off, and I didn't miss a second of fun. I've sent Disneyland this suggestion of installing garden hoses in their lines along with large drainage ditches, but as of now, Disneyland has refused to respond. It remains unclear whether these incidences will become a recurring issue, but Disneyland's operations team will undoubtedly continue to monitor the situation closely and continue to ignore me. An idiot over on eBay recently made a huge mistake. This bozo accidentally sold a double telescoping Darth Vader action figure worth $3,000 plus as a normal broken tipped lightsaber Darth Vader, only worth around $20. I recently caught up with this dummy, and here's what he had to say. I sell around 40 to 50 Kenner Darth Vader action figures every year and have for the last 10 years. Getting these figures into my inventory, cleaning them, prepping them for listing on eBay, taking pics, and then completing the listings has become robotic for me. Many times while taking the pictures of a figure, I do see a flaw or something special that allows me to edit the listing to make notes for potential buyers so they understand what they're bidding on. I purchased a collection of around 40 action figures a few weeks ago, along with 3 other medium-sized collections, and nowhere in any of these listings were there pictures to give me details on a specific Darth Vader, nor were there any item descriptions to give additional information on the Darth Vader as well. So at this point, I've mentally prepared myself for another broken tip Darth Vader, and fast forward to the auction going live, I started receiving many strange offers for this Darth Vader from $40 to $60, which I found odd, considering the figure was only worth $20 on a good day. Now, the saber, which I took a quick picture of, had the letters GG on the hilt, so I assumed some collectors needed that combination of letters to help fill a hole in their collection. But since I didn't accept offers, I just ignored them and went on with my week. At the auction's end, the Darth Vader listing sold for $1,784. At first thought, I thought that 2 rival bidders both excitedly put in bids of around $17.84 and both missed hitting the decimal place, which I've done before, and both of those bidders accidentally bid thousands of dollars. And when the winning bidder immediately canceled the winning item, I felt confident that I was correct. But then as I looked through the bidding history, I could see that many reputable bidders had all bid extremely high amounts. I sent a picture of the listing over to my buddy and asked him what in the world is going on here. He quickly asked me if it was a double telescoping Darth Vader, which I immediately responded no, like he was an idiot. But then went and checked since I didn't have a better solution, and that's when I finally saw the hollowed out saber. Here are pics of it. I then went back to my eBay listing and saw this pic here. It was the only one that showed the hollow saber. If you don't know already, this idiot was me. I'm the idiot seller that almost made a crazy mistake. It has now turned into an amazing find, a newsworthy story, and an incredible piece of collecting history that will now be in my collection once it gets back from grading with CAS. Lesson to be learned here is to never assume that any collection you purchase might not have something incredible in it. look at everything, assume each item could be rare. I did reach out to the original seller of the collection this Darth Vader came in, and he has deleted his eBay account, but did send me this video caught on camera of his reaction to my message. Speaking of Collector Archive Services, better known as CAS, they came out swinging soon after Thanksgiving with many promotions and changes to their production in order to drive in more business to their company. They had 30-day turnaround times on all mint on card submissions temporarily, 10% off promotions on all submissions for a little while, and then they made a more permanent change when they announced that all submissions would have a maximum 90-day turnaround time from all stamp time received to the stamp time of the completed grading taking place. As of right now, I have 16 submissions across 3 different orders that have all exceeded that time of 90 days. 2 orders that are 3 weeks plus past the time frame, and 1 order that is a week late. 2 of the orders do have at least 1 item shown as graded, but there doesn't seem to be an end in sight. I've reached out to CES with this disaster as a way to investigate the story, but they've only responded that the items are in line to be acrylic and have pics taken as if that would solve the problem. That doesn't make me feel better about the late turnaround times, especially when the 90-day turnaround time was their effort to compete with their main competitor, AFA, for everyone's business. I've now emailed them about restitution. You can't promise something to a consumer to get their business and then not come through. We'll see what CAS says about partial refunds or credits for the future submissions, or if they'll even just tell the truth that those promises they made and promotions they gave brought in way too many submissions that they couldn't keep up with them and couldn't keep their promises. Let's hope that the only time CAS shows up in Star Wars news with the Star Wars Daddy, it's because I'm bragging about the amazing items that they grade and the unbelievable acrylic jobs that they do. A recent Facebook post on the Imperial Commissary had everyone scratching their heads and offering crazy guesses at a picture posted to the group. When I saw it, I knew I needed to investigate further. Here's the picture posted where the author says, "Not for sale. Can someone help ID this part? Thanks." Quickly, responses came in with people's guesses, where the first one of a pop-up lightsaber was shot down. Someone then thought it was possibly from the Ewoks preschool line, which was also shot down. Now, obviously, we know this isn't anything Star Wars, so the guesses came in and went off the deep end. One person guessed it was a pop-up lifesaver, like the candy. Next was a bubble stick to make bubbles. A Death Wonka star rope, which I don't even know what that is. A staff of Ra, a lightsaber tennis racket, and finally something else I don't have a clue about, which is a Kinder Kent cannoli bulis. At this point, the author repeatedly stated he had thrown it out and was moving on from this post. Embarrassment caught the better of him. I put the picture of this item in question into Google AI, which took me down a weird rabbit hole. First, it popped up with this inappropriate Teletubby 3D printed item that was for purchase to download. I promise I will not be distributing this piece to my members, but clicking on this 3D printed weirdness brought up something more intense. Apparently, a Teletubby named Poe recently passed away, and the circumstances for his passing are under investigation. His body has not been recovered. Here is a video of the passing that I was able to get from law enforcement. Very tragic. The reason I'm showing you this is because the item shown in the Facebook post looks identical to the top of Poe's head, except that the item in question is in green. I reached out to Officer Meoff, who informed me that a Teletubby's skeletal system is actually green and not white like a human skeletal system. Experts say that many criminals return to the scene of a crime and or post cryptic messages to make claim to these crimes almost like trophies. Based on this investigation, it's clear what we have here. A Teletubby killer is on the loose and used the ICC to post claim to this crime. That wasn't a picture of a bubble stick or a staff of Ra. No, it was the top of Poe's head, which actually sounds more plausible compared to the items we reviewed of everyone else's guesses. If an admin from the ICC group happens to watch this episode, please contact me so I can file an official complaint in hopes to crack this case and receive the $50,000 reward for a tip that leads to an arrest and a conviction. Weird that I can spot out details of this crime, but can still miss having, listing, and almost selling a double telescoping Darth Vader. Yes, put me on the investigation to solve this crime, said no one. In Star Wars Daddy news, last week we released 4 full-length videos and 5 shorts. We went absolutely ballistic last week. 1,700 different viewers tuned in, where we picked up 16 subscriptions and had a member upgrade their membership from a daddy to a big daddy. We had 224 likes, 8 shares, and 45 comments. Last Sunday, we came out with a Smuggler's Crate unboxing of this subscription service that sends out monthly Star Wars items. It ended up being quite a disappointment and could be the last one we do. Make sure to check out that video to see why it was so lame. Wednesday, we released episode 69 of our weekly Star Wars eBay listing videos, where we gave shout-outs to every buyer that made a purchase, crowned a Daddy of the Week, which is the most prestigious award in all of collecting, which is the person that spent the most money with me, and we have a feature on a given action figure every week to learn about their COOs, accessories, and any other information needed to help you become an informed collector. On Wednesday, this feature was done on the last 17 Power of the Force General Lando. We also have a random buyer picked every week to receive a bunch of extra items in their package. So make sure to check out my eBay site by checking out the links below in the description of this video. There are also links to memberships, TikTok, and my Instagram. This Sunday, we are releasing a video showing me going to a toy show that was up in Washington with Aiden Jam from YouTube Kids. I ended up getting 2 amazing items that are already at grading, which will probably take forever to get back since they don't follow that 90-day turnaround time like they said they do, that you have to see. And Aiden Jam was able to knock off a bunch of items off of his vintage 90s toy list. What? Wednesday will be episode 70 of our weekly Star Wars eBay listing videos, where we have more Last 17s up for sale, and next Friday will be another installment of the news, where we will be covering stories like Hake's upcoming Star Wars auction and a Red Bar R5D4 scam, to name a couple. Collectors, remember to keep things classy and never forget who is your daddy. Hey, it's me, Carl, a rebel soldier, and I'm back on Hoth again, searching for all those amazing perks that come with the Star Wars Daddy membership program here on YouTube, which I just signed up for. At least it's safe here now that the Empire has been destroyed. Wait, what's that? Ah! Oh no, the Wampa got me? The only way for me to get out of this situation is by using the Force. The Force that comes from the Star Wars Daddy membership perks, like member-only monthly giveaways. Free action figures and Star Wars Daddy stickers on your next eBay purchase. Free eBay shipping on all action figures and accessories in the middle and top tiers of memberships. And the Star Wars Daddy t-shirt I'm wearing after certain tenure. There are even more perks, but I don't have time to list them all off with this Wampa situation. I've got to use all these membership perks. I'm feeling the Force. I'm feeling the Force. Memberships! Memberships! once the bike's iconic light. Okay, dude. Starting that part over, Daddy. Oh no. it could be that the. Okay, stupid ass. I didn't even type it right. Three major. It remains unclear whether these. Oh, I'm still in the same damn story. All right. Three major movie theater chains. Dude, what is going on? I mean, right? I'm okay. Yeah, no shit. All right. I did reach out to the original seller of the collection. This Darth Vader came in. What the f am I saying? Man. Okay.